Hi, this is Kashpunisa Bagewari. Welcome to my channel. We will have some series of video about object properties of Amazon S3. This is the part 1, and in this video we will see object versioning and we will have some hands-on. So let's start. Let's see agenda. First we will see what is object versioning, the basic theoretical concept, and then we will see different actions like get, put, delete on version and non-version bucket. Then we will see what is delete marker, what is suspended bucket, and at the end we will have a hands-on demo regarding S3 object versioning. So let's start. So the first part is object versioning. So you can maintain your different versions for your object in Amazon S3. You can use Amazon S3 versioning to keep multiple versions of an object in one bucket. For example, you could store my image.jpg, for example, that is version 111, and my image.apg, that may be version 222 in the same bucket. Means that you can have more versions for your single document in the same buckets. You can use versioning to preserve, retrieve, and restore every version of every object stored in your Amazon S3 bucket. This allows you to easily recover from both unintended user actions and application failure. So these are the advantage of versioning. So you can preserve, you can retrieve and restore your objects, your documents in the same S3 bucket. It will protect from unintended user actions or application failure. So it may prevent accidental deletion and accidental overwritten to your object, your files, your document. So Amazon S3 will maintain different version for your object in the same bucket. Storage rates apply for every version stored. You can configure lifecycle rules for automatically control the lifetime and cost of storing multiple versions. So, as you are having multiple versions for the same object, for the same document, so your storage cost will get increased. So how can you handle that? So you can configure lifecycle rules. So old version you may move to some another storage class, or after some time you want to delete it. So you can set some lifecycle rules. In upcoming videos we will see how can you set the lifecycle rules for your Amazon S3 bucket and its object. By default, S3 versioning is disabled. You must explicitly enable S3 versioning on your bucket. Once you enable the versioning, you cannot disable it. You can only suspend the versioning. So by default, when you create a new S3 bucket, versioning is disabled. So, but you can explicitly anytime you can enable S3 versioning. But if you no longer want to continue versioning, you can suspend it. Enabling and suspending versioning is done at the bucket level and it applies to all the objects within the bucket. So enabling and suspending features is available at the bucket level and it will apply to all your objects within that bucket. So buckets can be in one of three states: unversion, the default one, version enabled, and versioning suspend. So your bucket every time it can be in one of the three states. First time when you create new bucket, that is unversion, that is the default state, and when you enable versioning, then it goes to versioning enabled state. And if you suspend the versioning, you no longer to maintain version, then your bucket will be in versioning suspended state. So these are the three states for your bucket. So continuing with object versioning, irrespective of the versioning, each object in the bucket has a version. For non-version bucket, the version ID for each object is null For version bucket, a unique version ID is assigned to each object. So you enable or not enable versioning, irrespective of that, your object always have some version ID. For non-version bucket, it is version ID is null, and for version bucket, a unique version ID is assigned to each object by Amazon S3. Permissions are set at the version level. Each version has its own object owner. An AWS account that creates the object version is the owner. So you can set different permission for different version of the same bucket. So your object is same, but for a different version, it can have different properties, it can have different permissions, that object owner may be different. So it all hold a different property at the version level. With versioning, version ID forms a key element to define uniqueness of an object within a bucket along with the bucket name and object key. So the combination of bucket name, object key and version ID, it creates a uniqueness for that particular object. So you can uniquely identify any object with the combination of bucket name, object key and its version ID. Only Amazon S3 generates version IDs and they can't be edited. Version IDs are Unicode UTF-8 encoded, URL ready, opaque strings that are no more than 1024 bytes long. So version ID are generated by Amazon S3. You can't edit it. So it is created by default by Amazon S3, and there is a specific format for that. They are using UTF-8 encoded, and the string maximum length can be 1024 bytes long. So this is the example for version ID. So when you enable versioning, your object will get version ID in the form of like this format. This is the version ID sample format. So now we are moving to the next section, that is actions on version and non-version bucket. So you can perform different actions like get, put, delete on version enable bucket or non-version bucket. So there is different impact on all these action on version bucket and non-version bucket. We will see one by one. So first is get an object. So when you want to get an object from your bucket, for non-version bucket, an object retrieval always return the only object available. So if your bucket is not non-version, you didn't enable versioning, so you will have only one object for one single key name. So version ID will be the null. So when you want to get that object, when you call the get request, you will get whatever the available object, you can get it. For version bucket, by default, request will retrieve the most recently written version, that is the current version. So in this figure, you can see this is the bucket, it is versioning enable, and I am having here one object like photo.gif. This is file and it having two versions. This ID is 111 and second one having ID 1212. So if you have a get request, only simple get request, you will get latest version. That ID is 1212 is the latest version. So with the simple get request, you will get always current version, latest version object. If you want any specific version or older version you want to get, so you have to specify version ID in your request. So you can see here in that second arrow, you can call the get request with specific ID like 111. So you will then get that particular object of that particular version. So older versions of an object can be retrieved by specifying a version in the request. So we already see. So For non-version bucket, you will have always only one object with version ID null, and whenever you call a get request, you will retrieve that only. And for version bucket, when you call a get request, you will get the current or latest version, and if you want a specific version, you have to pass particular version ID in the request. So now moving to the next part, that is put action. So what happened in the put request when you apply it on non-version bucket? If an object with the same key is uploaded again, it overrides the object. Suppose you are having one object like photo.gif and your bucket is non-version. When you again upload the same file with the same name, so that file will get overwrite. But there is a different case in version bucket. For version bucket, when you put an object in a version enable bucket, the existing object is not overwritten. Here it will get override, but here it will not override. The following figure shows that when a new version of photo.gif is put into the bucket that already contains an object with the same name, the original object, for example ID 111, remains in the bucket. Amazon S3 generates a new version ID 1212 and adds the newer version to the bucket, and the previous object becomes non-current version. So you can see in this figure, like this is again our version enable bucket, and if I am having suppose photo.gif GIF and version ID is 111, then I again uploading that same name. I am calling the put request, and then S3 will create new version ID, that is suppose 1212. It will get created by Amazon S3. The older object, older version will remain as it is, plus new version will get generated, and you will have object with the new version, and you can have both. There is no overwritten, and this become your current or latest version, that is you created after this is 1212 will be your current or latest version. This functionality prevents you from accidentally overwriting or deleting objects, and affords you the opportunity to retrieve a previous version of an object. So this is the benefit of versioning. So you will have your old version as well. So it will prevent from accidental deletion or overwritten. So then you can always you can go to your older version, and you can retrieve the older version as well, plus you can retrieve the current versions as well. Now moving to the third action, that is delete an object. So what happen when you delete an object from non-version bucket? An object is permanently deleted and cannot be recovered. So you are having only one single object with the version ID null. So when you call a delete request, your object will get deleted. It will get deleted permanently, and you cannot retrieve it, and you cannot recover it. But it is different case with version enable bucket. All versions remain in the bucket, and Amazon inserts a delete marker which become the current version. So we will see in this figure. So this is our versioning enable bucket. I am having here one object photo.gif with two version ID 111, 1212, and if I call a delete request, so what will happen? The both version will be remain in the bucket. It will not get deleted, but one delete marker will get added with the new version ID. So your object will not get delete, but you will Amazon S3 will add a delete marker with new version ID. So it will get prevent from your accidental deletion. the delete marker becomes the current version of the object. So this will be the now your current version. You can permanently delete an object by specifying the version you want to delete. Only the owner of the Amazon S3 bucket can permanently delete a version. So if you want to delete it, that time what you can do, you can pass the version ID in your delete request. So for a particular version ID, you can delete it permanently. So you can see here in this figure. So when you pass version ID in your delete request like 1212, it will get permanently deleted. If you not pass version ID, only the delete marker will get added, and your all version will get remain as it is. So we will see what is delete marker. So delete marker object does not have any data or ACL associated with it, just the key and the version ID. So when we delete that object from version enable bucket, the object is not get deleted and only the delete marker is get added. So what is delete marker? It is nothing but an one version ID, and it does not have any data. Performing a simple get object request when the current version is a delete marker returns a 404 not found error as shown in the following figure. So if you call a get request, you will get 404 not no object found error. So it is why? Because delete marker not having any data. It is only a marker, it is only a indicator, but it not contains any data. When you call a get request, you will get 404 not found error. However, you can get a non-current version of an object by specifying its version ID. In the following figure, you get a specific object version 111. Amazon S3 returns the object version even though it's not the current version. So even if now it is delete marker is added and this is your current version, but you want to get any specific object, any specific version ID, so you can again pass that version ID and you can still get that specific object with a specific version ID from the delete marker enable as well. Only a delete operation is allowed on the delete marker object. Here only delete action is allowed. Get we already see get is not allowed. When you call a get request, you will get 404 not found error, but you can get with specific ID. But you can again can call delete operation. It only allowed for the delete marker object. If the delete marker object is deleted by specifying its version ID, the previous non-current version object becomes the current version object. So if you deleted the specific version ID, so suppose if you deleted version ID 1212, then again your version ID 111 become the current version. If a delete request is fired on the bucket with delete marker as the current version, the delete marker object is not deleted, but an delete marker is added again. It means that delete marker is get removed. So in this example, see if it is delete marker is added, and if you call the delete request, then what will happen? Delete marker will get removed and your photo ID with photo.gif with ID 222, this will become your current version. First means that first time when you call delete request, delete marker is get added. When you again call then delete request, that marker will get removed. So you can prevent from deletion like this manner. Okay, now moving to the next part, suspended bucket. So what is suspended bucket? So if you no longer want to enable versioning, you can go ahead and you can suspend the versioning. Then the bucket will be in the suspended mode, in the suspended state. So versioning can be suspended to stop accruing new version of the same object in a bucket. So if you want to stop versioning, then you can suspend the bucket. Existing object in the bucket do not change, and only future request behavior changes. For each new object addition, a object with version ID null is added. So before you have enabled version, now you suspended it. Now what happened to your bucket? All existing object means whatever your previous version will be remain as it is, and when you added suppose same object, a new version ID null will get added to it. So you will have benefit of both, like previous versioning enable and non-versioning. So your previously all your version ID versions will be remain as it is, plus you will get version ID null for your new objects. For each object addition with the same key name, the object with the version ID null is overwritten. So like the non-enabled version, so when you add again same key name, so that object will get overwrite. An object retriever request will always return the current version of the object. So when you call a get request, you will get the current version. Suppose then you will get a version ID null. A delete request on the bucket would permanently delete the version ID null object and insert a delete marker. So if you call a delete request and if you are having version ID null, that object will be deleted permanently, and it will add a delete marker. A delete request does not delete anything if the bucket does not have an object with version ID null. Suppose you suspended your versioning, but you not have any version with null ID. So when you call a delete request, nothing will happen because all these actions will apply for only version ID null. If its version ID null is not available, delete request cannot delete anything. If it is version ID null is available, then in that case that object will get permanently deleted. A delete request can still be fired with a specific version ID for any previous object with the version ID stored. If you want to get older version, then you can still call the get request and you can get the previous version, and you can also call a delete request with a specific version ID, so that specific version ID you can delete permanently by specifying the version ID in the delete request. So now our theoretical part is complete. Now we will see some hands-on demo. So we will see all that actions. We will go to Amazon Management Console and we will see what is the versioning, how we can enable it, how we can suspend it, how we can put objects, get objects and delete object, and what are the impact on your version bucket and non-version bucket. Now I created here new bucket S3 versioning demo 123. This is the newly created bucket. So by default versioning is disabled. So you can see here in properties. So versioning is disabled. So I didn't enable versioning yet. In overview, this is the empty bucket. So now we will see different get, put and delete operations here. So now this is the disable, versioning is disabled. I created one txt file here, and this is the demo example for versioning. Now for this first time when you put object, it will get version ID null. So I created one txt file. I am going to upload it here. So upload. So now my file s3 versioning demo.txt file is get uploaded. So it is with version ID null. So version is not yet enabled. So when you call a get request, you will have only one object. So you will get that only that object what is available. If you call a delete request, that object will get permanently deleted. So let's see, if I delete this, your object will get deleted permanently. So okay, I want to upload it again. So now I am having it back. Now I am going to enabling the version. Now going to the properties, versioning, and enable versioning. Save it. So now you can see here your versioning is enabled now. Now you can go here overview section. Now you can see one new toggle button is added with the versions. So you can show and hide that version. So now you see we are having the only one object in your bucket. So now when I click on show, so now we are having that object with version ID null, and this is the latest version. So whenever I call the get request, I want to retrieve it, I will get the whatever available. Now we are having version enable. So now I am going to update my file. Suppose v1, I am going to save it. Okay, now I am going to upload this. So object file name is the same. I just change the content. Now you can see here we are having only one object, but when you go to versions, now you can see here two versions. The previously we are having version ID null, and now Amazon S3 created a new version ID and it is assigned to our object, and now this is become our latest version. So now when you call a get request, simply when you click and call the get to open the file, you will get the latest version. This is v1. This is our updated file. Okay, so you will get, when you call a simply get request, you will always get your latest version. When you want to get any particular, so you can pass version ID like this. Suppose I pass version ID null, and when I call again get request, then I can get my old version. So this is about the get. Okay, I will update my file again. Suppose I want to put version 2, and then I want to upload it again. So now you can see one more new version is get added, and this become our new latest version. When I hide it, when I call simply a get request, now I will get the updated new latest version. This is version 2. Okay, if I want to get any particular version, again I already show you, you can pass any specific version ID and you can retrieve that particular object. Okay, so now this is about get and put. When you put new, all your previously version will get preserved and new version will get added. And when you call get request, you will get latest version, and if you want any older version, you can pass a specific version ID to get a particular document with that particular version ID. Now we will see the delete operations. So now I am going to delete this object. Now we will see what happened. I am getting deleted. Okay, delete. So now see here our bucket is empty. So here it is showing no object. So what is this mean? We will see in this versions. Now we will see here our all previously versions are already here. One new version is get added with the delete marker. So this is the how Amazon S3 preserve our all version, all our documents, our with all version ID are available here. New version ID is get added with the delete marker. So when but here you can only for delete marker you can only call the delete request. If you want to get, you can get a 404 not found, means your object is you cannot get that object because the delete marker is your now current latest version, so you cannot get your object. But if you pass any specific version ID, you can still get your older version. So you can see your v2, your older version you can always get with your passing with the version ID in a get request. But if you with that not any specific version, you cannot call the get request. It show 404 not found. So now I am going to now again call the delete request for this delete marker. What will happen? Any guess? Let's see. So that delete marker get removed. When you call again delete request with the delete marker, that delete marker get removed and your previously whatever your current version, it becomes latest version again. So it is become now latest version. So this type you can prevent from accidental deletion your object. So you will get again you can hide, suppose I hide this, you can see your again your object is available here. So again you can call a get request and you can find your latest version, and by passing version ID you can get your any particular version as well. So like this version enabled bucket is working for different operations like get, put and delete. Now what I am going to do, now I am going to suspend this versioning. So now going to properties, versioning and suspend, save. So now what will happen with our object? So we will have still one object. Versions are already there because we are having previously two versions with some version ID and one with version ID null, that was before our versioning enable. Now I am going to upload the same file again, and okay, so see now what happened here. So the new version ID null is get added, our previously version ID null is get overwritten here, and this version ID null is become our updated latest current version. So now when I call a simply get request, so what will happen here? When I will call open, so we will get our updated file. Okay, now what we will do now, we want to I want to delete this file. Now what happen, suppose if I delete this object, so any guess what will happen here? So your object will get deleted. In versions what is showing, it is showing here delete marker with version ID null. So delete marker is get added here. So if I want to delete this marker, so what will happen? Our object will get permanently deleted from this suspended versioning bucket. So when I will call again that put request, that new version will get added again with the version ID null. So let's see. So we will have then again version ID null. If we want to delete, then delete marker will added and object will get deleted permanently, but there is no effect on our any specific version IDs which are generated by Amazon S3. they are as it is, but you can still retrieve any particular version. So you can pass version id in your request and you can still get your previously any version specific version object. Okay, now this suspended bucket versioning is working like this. I hope you understand this. Now moving to our PowerPoint. So now I hope you understand this. I am going to little summarize. When you created first time your S3 bucket, by default versioning is disabled, and when you upload any object, you will get version ID null, and when you upload the same name, same file with the same name, that object will get overwrite, and when you call a delete request, that object will get permanently deleted. What happen in case of you enable your versioning? In that case, when every time you upload the file with the same name, new version id is get added. It is generated by Amazon S3, and you can preserve your all your versions, and when you call get request, you will get the latest version. If you want to get older version, you can pass that particular version id in your get request. And when you call a delete request, what happens? Your all files get preserved, nothing is get deleted, but one delete marker is get added with the new version id. And when you call again that delete request with that particular marker, delete marker, that marker get removed. Okay, and what happen in suspended mode? In suspended mode, if you are having some previously versions generated by S3, that will be preserved, and when you upload file with the same name, the version id null will get added, and when you call a delete request, object is get deleted, but delete marker is added. When you call again delete request, that marker is also deleted, and your file will also permanently deleted, but you still can get your previously your older version by passing your version id. I hope you understand this. This is little bit confusing, but you can go practice yourself so you can understand it. So I hope you like this video. So if you like this, please subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video with some new properties of Amazon S3. Thank you so much. Till then, stay safe, stay updated. Have a nice time. Bye.